It's certainly a fascinating thought, Higger, and one that would send shockwaves across the NFL. Could the Atlanta Falcons truly consider trading their $180 million quarterback, Kirk Cousins, to a bitter division rival like the New Orleans Saints? It's the kind of scenario that fuels endless debate and speculation, especially given the intricate web of events surrounding Cousins' arrival in Atlanta and the subsequent drafting of Michael Penix Jr. For months, Kirk Cousins has been a central figure in NFL trade rumors, a high-value asset whose future seemed uncertain after the Falcons' surprising draft day move. While the noise has quieted somewhat since the Pittsburgh Steelers signed Aaron Rodgers, making it seem almost certain that Cousins would start training camp with the Falcons, the whispers of a trade persist. We've heard his name linked to teams like the Tennessee Titans after Will Levis's injury, and more recently, the Los Angeles Rams. But the most intriguing, and perhaps most improbable, destination being floated is none other than the New Orleans Saints, a team grappling with its own quarterback uncertainties. Let's dive into the simulated trade proposal and explore what it would entail for both the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. The proposed deal suggests the Falcons would receive a 2026 fourth-round draft pick and $25 million in financial relief, while the Saints would acquire quarterback Kirk Cousins. From the Atlanta Falcons' perspective, the immediate appeal of this trade lies in the significant financial relief it would provide. The report from ESPN's Adam Schefter in April, indicating the Falcons were looking for a team to take on $20 million of Cousins' $37.5 million 2025 salary, highlights their desire to mitigate the financial impact of his contract. This proposed deal with $25 million in relief would certainly help the Falcons navigate their salary cap situation, particularly as they look to manage the financial implications during the latter half of Michael Penix Jr.'s rookie contract. Additionally, receiving a 2026 fourth-round pick would be a welcome addition, especially since the Falcons currently do not possess a first-round pick in that draft. This move would also definitively clear the path for Michael Penix Jr., removing any lingering questions about the quarterback pecking order and fully committing to their long-term vision. However, the monumental hurdle for the Falcons is the notion of sending Kirk Cousins to a direct division rival. The Falcons and Saints have one of the most intense rivalries in the NFL, and the idea of directly strengthening New Orleans, a team that has largely dominated the Falcons in recent years. Atlanta has only finished ahead of the Saints once in the last 4 years and hasn't beaten them in the regular season since 2017, is highly improbable. If the Falcons were to even consider such a move, they would undoubtedly demand an absolute fortune in return. It's far more than a fourth-round pick and some salary relief to justify empowering a team they face twice a year. Spencer Rattler and Tyler Slough currently at quarterback. The Saints are projected to struggle in 2025, and the Falcons would be loath to give them a significant upgrade without an overwhelming return. For the New Orleans Saints, acquiring Kirk Cousins would represent a substantial upgrade at the quarterback position. The current projections with Spencer Rattler and Tyler Slough suggest a potentially embarrassing season for New Orleans. Cousins, even at 37, is a significantly more proven and productive quarterback. He was playing at a very high level in October of last year before suffering an elbow injury in November. If he can return to that early 2024 form, he could undoubtedly surprise and elevate the Saints' offense. For a team that hasn't made the playoffs since 2020, bringing in a veteran like Cousins could be seen as a move to maintain competitiveness and preserve the team's reputation. Avoiding a truly dismal season, the challenges for the Saints, however, are also significant. Accepting $25 million of Cousins' 2025 salary would be a massive financial commitment for a team that already faces cap challenges. Furthermore, giving up draft capital for an older quarterback, especially for a team that has missed the playoffs for 4 consecutive years, might not align with a long-term rebuilding strategy. While Cousins could provide a short-term boost, the cost in both salary and draft picks for a 37-year-old quarterback on a team not currently in contention for a Super Bowl would be a tough pill to swallow. In conclusion, while this trade scenario is certainly intriguing from a what-if perspective, and it would undoubtedly create an incredible spectacle with the Falcons and Saints facing off twice a season with Cousins in black and gold, its likelihood remains extremely low. The Falcons would almost certainly dismiss the idea of trading a valuable asset to a direct division rival unless the compensation was truly overwhelming. The Saints, on the other hand, would need to weigh the immediate upgrade against the long-term Financial and draft capital implications of acquiring an older quarterback. It's a fascinating fantasy football scenario. The presence of Cousins would significantly boost the value of Saints playmakers like Alvin Kamara, Chris Olave, Brandon Cooks, Rashid Shaheed, and Juwan Johnson, but in the real world of NFL strategy, it seems like a bridge too far.